Okay, we are back with more World's Dawn developer Let's Play.
We should do the intro, but like you do one word, then I do one word, and we just keep going back.
We
Are
back
for
more
World's
Dawn.
on
What?
on what?
On what?
Okay, well we made it like 6 words.
I was like expecting something very specific, and you completely threw me off there.
You know, I mean, you gotta go quick with me sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
I will say, so we had a little bit of a technical issue pop up. We were recording yesterday, like in the game, the 21st, and
What day is it? Have I seen the sun?
something happened to the footage. I don't know. It didn't record quite as well as we wanted it to. So we are checking back in. We didn't miss anything important. We just kind of went around, made some friends, gave away some gifts to people, did a little part-time work. Kind of the big thing was that we found out that our lovely Bryn is now at 3 hearts with us. She is our first true friend in Sugar Blossom. But other than that, yeah, I think we're just gonna head out into this very stormy day and see what we can.
I feel like a prophet right now, but at the same time, it's like, oh wait, who's this?
Hey, somebody very special coming.
Hello, you. Sorry, cat.
Sorry, cat. No, we're gonna adopt the kitty. Stray.
That's the default name for Stray. I love it.
I have an adorable name idea. So the suggestion that we got in the YouTube comments for our animals, our bakery-themed animals, were that like baked goods, like bagel, maybe biscuit for one of the larger animals.
Loaf.
And then for the little animals, the cat and the chickens, like spices, little like baking spices.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I thought that was very cute. And the idea for a cat with nutmeg is just like too adorable to go with. So.
Oh man, I would have picked allspice, but no, I wouldn't. That would have been a. Actually, is there really a bad name for a cat?
I don't think so. No.
Hide the tuna.
Hide the tuna. Yeah, let's run back in there and make sure our newest friend has a little bit of
Vittles.
A little bit of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just because you now have adopted the cat does not mean that you can slack off on your fishing.
Yeah, we gotta keep feeding.
Because Nutmeg will only accept fresh fish. And I love it too. The bowls right next to each other.
Yeah, our Bo is very happy with just like
So yeah, I'll have my chow. What is this fish you got?
Free fish freshly caught fish every single day. Hey, strawberries. I know just who we're gonna give those to.
I feel like someone likes strawberries.
I'm kind of eager to get more seeds in the ground, but
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday. The weekend is kind of killing us. We've got so much to try and get done.
Yeah. You go feed your cow.
Yeah. Get a little bit. Maybe we can do some mining today since it's such crappy weather.
Yeah, and sometimes you just gotta go mining, and if it's bad weather, better to mine during bad weather.
Oh, so yeah, I think I'm just a terrible.
I think you forgot to feed Bagel.
I think I forgot to feed Bagel. The only other thing might be that if you let them out into the rain, like your animals don't love being out in the rain. But
I mean, that's fair, but
I think oh man,
I think you forgot to feed Bagel.
I am not perhaps the best at doing the Let's Play and focusing on providing such colorful developer commentary while also being like the best World's Dawn player.
Ooh.
I heard a little chime there.
Yeah,
Did you hear that
I feel
little
like
chime?
you should get out your ocarina and give it a little bit. That's basically what I did.
Yeah, that is what you did.
Basically what I did.
Hey.
Hello.
I am the one. Twinkle Toes.
Hey, Twinkle Toes.
That is the name. Again, we've said that these names are based on the backers, Kickstarter backers gave these names, and a good friend of mine was the backer at a high level and named it after a cat, a former roommate of mine. So he lived with my cat, Twinkle Toes, at the same time that I did. So it's kind of a little tribute to my little gray cat, Twinkle Toes. All right.
Ooh, you got some choices.
This is a tough one. We like all these people.
What you gonna do?
Well, we definitely want to make better friends.
Really, with all of them.
With all of them.
I mean,
yeah.
there's no one you don't want to be friends with.
Let's say Hunter.
I love Hunter.
Yeah.
He's cool.
I know you do. That is in honor of you, one of your favorite Sugar Blossom villagers. All right.
There you go.
Toss a coin in the fountain. Maybe for the first time ever before we go mining.
You actually remembered this time.
I actually remembered.
Well done.
Yeah, the tavern would be closed later as it's a Sunday as well. I do want to maybe...
Liam again with the don't go out in the rain.
Come on, man.
Never change, Liam.
Yeah. One thing we certainly can do, I know that Bloom, we've kind of figured out that he's a fan of special sweet items, dessert items. So here's a quick developer tip for you, is if you go to the clinic to get a checkup, even if you're not sure you're actually feeling sick, it's only 30 coins, which is very affordable. You can catch any bug if you might have a bug, but also hold on, sorry. I was maybe setting that up like a little bit too early. They give you a piece of chocolate for being such a great patient. So, since I feel bad for not sending the Charm Fairy over to Bloom, maybe we'll
give him a piece of
give
chocolate.
him a piece of chocolate instead next time we run into him. Yeah, maybe hit up the craft shop a little bit later in the day, because that is for sure open on Sundays. But for now, let's just go get some mining done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I will say that Liam's prices much more affordable than,
They are,
than
yes.
normal healthcare. So that's one thing you gotta love about Sugar Rush.
True, yeah. I think if something serious was ever to happen and, somebody came down with a real sickness, I think Liam would treat them first and worry about,
I feel like the town would, pitch in, too.
Yeah.
Oh,
man. How nice would that be? Living in an ideal little village.
Back to the mines.
Back to the mines. Very kind of cozy,
Yeah.
to be honest, especially on a stormy day. It's like, stay dry and say hello to our little rat friends running around and tromp over some glowy mushrooms.
Break a few rocks.
Break a few rocks.
Yeah, looks like that little coin in the fountain actually helped out.
Hopefully it did, yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, you won't know that it won't help out. I
True.
mean, even if you find one thing, you'd be like, hey, I put a coin in the fountain, so clearly this is it.
It's possible we were talking about the luck stat. Maybe it doesn't do anything at all. Maybe I just say it does, and you just have to trust me that it's like a placebo or something.
Yeah.
Like you believe yourself to be more lucky, so maybe
So you're
you'll
a
find
little- you're a little more lucky.
More rocks, yeah.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
While we're digging around, do we have any questions?
Oh, you know we do.
Get to?
So we Twitter at Rob's Game Shack. How many games did you make before the first project you thought, "Dag down, I'm gonna launch this"?
That's a good question. So this is my first commercial release on Steam. I kind of went into it a little bit how I've pretty much been making games in different formats my whole life. But I worked on a couple RPG Maker games. I worked on a couple pieces of what I would call interactive software and different day jobs and things. But honestly, I put World's Dawn out with the intention of it just being kind of a hobby, with it being a free demo for everybody to enjoy. But the response, the fans from very, very early on who said, you have something here, this is something I'd be willing to pay for, this is something, there's not much of a presence of Harvest Moon style games on PC, and you've clearly put a lot of, heart into it. So it was the direct encouragement from fans and players of those early demos that said, try to get this into a more polished form. So that's where the idea came from, to first run a Kickstarter campaign to replace all of the kind of free resources I was using with, a custom soundtrack and custom character portraits and all that, and then actually release it on Steam. So, I wouldn't want to count the actual number of games I made in some form or another before World's Done.
Yeah, I mean, the milestones, in general, that kind of idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's something I always am, I think of myself as kind of a creative person, and it's hard for me to just work on one thing at a time, even when I know I have to or should. So I always do have like a couple side projects in the works or other kind of creative hobbies to go alongside that. So, yeah.
Oh, great question.
Good question.
There is a second part. Also, how can I learn to dance like that? Referring to, I believe,
Mike's specialty.
Mike's specialty.
I'm gonna leave that one to you.
I mean, you gotta have a little moxie, a little swing in your step. Swing your arms from side to side.
Does that just come to you naturally, or can you somehow train?
Just do a little meditation and just channel your inner chi and then just unleash it, and sometimes it'll look a little bit like that. That's what you gotta do if you wanna dance like your old buddy Mike. Sometimes you just gotta do it. Just go and just do it. I don't know what that is.
I like that. That's like a...
I saw the waterfall and I was feeling the waterfall.
Felt the water. Yeah,
That's it.
Have we ever talked about Cowboy Bebop before?
We should have if we haven't.
I think we have. We're both big fans, right?
I mean, like we've talked so much about like personal interest, influence, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would have to imagine that would have come up by now.
Yes.
Like, it's definitely like one of my favorite things still to this day.
Certainly one of mine as well. But that definitely made me think of Edward.
Yeah.
That show, she kind of does that motion quite a bit.
Oh man.
Oh, that show is so good.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
Time for a rewatch.
It's been about a year and a half, I think, since my last.
Yeah. For a recent birthday, my wife bought me the Blu-ray that came out fairly recently for the whole series.
See you, Space Cowboy.
So good. Yeah.
Man, it's that like bluesies. Oh man, I'm gonna watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Yeah, we've talked about some of the like stranger influences on my work. You don't see them on the surface, but. Certainly just like the character interactions and things. Like how each one of them has their very unique kind of like flavor within the dynamic of the crew of the ship. Yeah.
Okay. I've been thinking about this. I got my hypothetical question of the filming session right here. So here we go. You are like you made it big. You're head developer in a large AAA industry scenario. It's your own company, and you're making World's Dawn 2 with like a huge budget.
Oh man.
And just hypothetically, the entire industry supports World's Dawn 2. Tell me what you would do with like sort of and it's not even like limitations, but just like more than what you could think to do with. Like this is for me, because like I think about like the consumer side, like we're always like, oh well, I want this or I want this, like add local multiplayer, add this, but like from a developer, like I can only imagine like if you had more resources, like shoot, tell me, I want to know.
Oh man.
Oh, I got you again.
That's
so good.
Yeah, that is a great question.
Just give like one or two things.
No, I think we should just talk about
Okay, let's talk about all
of
of it. Let's do it.
Well, okay, so graphically, for sure, I would love a more immersive looking world. So I would say like a fully explorable 3D village would be incredible. Like, I could certainly see this in like maybe like a cell shaded, like very, very colorful animated style. We talked about, like I just think, Wind Waker or something very like stylized like that would be incredible. I'm gonna take a quick break in my hopes and dreams.
We have a dusty novel.
We have a dusty novel that you might be thinking maybe somebody like Logan, maybe somebody like Annabelle who read a lot would like.
It's about a family of carpenters.
But it's about a family of carpenters, so I have a feeling. Hey, Benjamin.
That I love that for me.
All right. So yeah, we got a few days ago. We got the trading sequence kicked off, but we never
Gotta
actually
do
did
the
anything
next
about
step.
it. Yeah.
Good read, Benjamin. Good read.
I wouldn't. Yeah. As far as like the scope of the game, I honestly wouldn't. I don't think I would expand it too much. I think you could go deeper with some of the mechanics and add more variety in terms of things you can grow and all that. But I wouldn't want it to be like an overwhelming number of people in the village that you could meet. Certainly local co-op I think would be amazing, or online co-op, like being able to play with a friend in a 3D game and like build a farm up together would be so incredible. Oh man, I could just go
think
on.
if you had that budget, what from a consumer side I want is like, like especially if in that beautiful like 3D like landscaping type thing, be like give us fully customizable like farmhouse, like
Yes.
pick the building, like put it together, make the house look like how you want it, inside and
fantastic.
out.
Yeah.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, honestly, so much of it is, to me, visual, like thinking about some of my favorite games. We've touched on some of them before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like Journey and Shadow of the Colossus and Breath of the Wild are all... The thing they have in common is a very strong sense of place, like being in an environment.
Their aesthetic is so like
Yeah.
well defined and like pronounced in everything they display.
Immersive, like being able to feel like you're actually standing there watching the sunset or standing there. I would love a game with that amount of detail, in the environment, where the goal is just to like relax and like go fishing in the streams and meet people and hang out and make friends. And I think it would take quite a bit of I don't think you wouldn't very easily find a publisher willing to throw that amount of money towards a game where the goal was just like to chill.
Yeah, again, we're in this hypothetical.
Yeah. In the hypothetical world, it'd be incredible to have like a super polished with like super high production values, where it is about just being in a space and feeling like you are a part of this community and taking in an environment. And like you said, customizing your farm to be exactly how you wanted it to be. That would be awesome. Someday World's Done too.
Hey, dream big.
Yeah.
Dream big.
Yeah.
Hashtag
we'll
dream
call
big.
it World's Noon.
World's Noon.
And then the eventual sequel to that, like
World's Evening.
World's Evening, yeah. World's Eve.
Oh, World's like Dusk. World's Dusk
World's
is
Dusk
like,
is
that's
pretty good.
really good.
That is good.
That's very good. Better reserve that name while you can.
I should. I'm going to sell a few of our strawberries. We'll hold on to a few for romance purposes, but certainly sell a few.
Yeah.
So maybe sell a few mushrooms.
Yeah, you got a couple mushrooms you can give out. You're setting up to have a bunch of money by the end
I think
of
we'll be okay
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
One extra little tip: you can run to your mill in your barn to grind your wheat into flour, which will give you a little bit more money. It's not like a huge amount, but there's really no reason not to if you're just going to be selling it.
I told a fan of your game about that, and they had no idea, and I was like, one of these days is going to come up in the Let's Play developer commentary, and here it is. So.
You got to keep watching.
Keep watching.
Yeah, there's buried tips very deep in there.
Buried tips, buried treasure, buried sage glops. We got it all.
All kinds of stuff buried. I have me sleeping on our bed. I have very little energy left, so although it's maybe a little early to be turning in, I think I'm just gonna go to bed because I don't want to risk getting sick out in the out in the
There's nothing wrong with getting a little bit early bedtime here and there.
Yeah.
I just love how Nutmeg is just
Scooch over, Nutmeg.
Making himself at home.
Didn't take long. Right. I think. Let's see. You said it was another sunny day. Okay, so this will be a very good day for planting a bunch more stuff.
Getting some seeds.
Yep, we'll hit up some of the various shops that have been closed for
feeding
a few days
bagel.
now.
It's a great day to feed bagel.
It's a great day to feed. Every day is a great day to feed bagel. We do need to find some fish, for Nutmeg. Check our television. Ooh, market day
Oh.
coming up.
Save some money. Okay.
Save some money.
Hey, there's that creamy potato soup.
I think we already have this recipe.
Yeah, I think you were pilfering in Logan's
Yeah.
stuff, and he had that. So
We have everything
Yeah,
except
some
the
onions,
onion.
yeah,
We'll have to wait a little bit.
not in
that.
season right now. Not
Mm-mm.
in season.
Right. So since market day is tomorrow, we're gonna
yes,
have a visitor this
Dimitri.
morning.
Pleasant morning to you, Prophet.
Just
I
saw
came
this-
by to remind you that tomorrow is market day. Several villagers will be selling special goods and trinkets in the plaza. Also, shops around town will be closed. If you have any errands to run, I'd suggest you get them done today.
Good tip.
Hope to see you there. Take care, Prophet.
See you, Dimitri.
He's
Thanks
so
for the
cool.
visit. He is very cool.
He's like a smooth operator. He's just like, hey, by the way, here, do all your stuff
Yeah.
today, because, you know, I'm going to be closed tomorrow.
Smooth operator. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a
what
good
he
way to
is.
describe him.
Yeah, that's what he is.
How much money are we going to get for this super productive day?
Oh.
Find out next time.
Next time!
The World's Dawn Developer Let's Play. Before we end the episode, though, we are going to take a look at this episode's featured fan art.
Featured fan art. It's the featured fan art. Featured.
And there it is.
Hey! Oh, look at this.
Yeah, so this is Quinn in a very playful kind of style.
I love this art style.
At Riggerbusters on Instagram did this lovely drawing of Quinn. Very,
I love it.
it's got so much character.
Yeah, all the
bursting out.
facial expression.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. It reminds me of like a, I don't know, maybe like a specific cartoon, but I can't
Yeah,
quite think of what cartoon
Cartoon
it is.
Network,
But
something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I'm getting the vibes of that.
Very
I love
action
it.
shot. And the colors just kind of pop.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing that. It's very fun piece. Always happy to see more Quint fan art. And to the rest of you, we will see you on the next episode. Thank you for joining us. And lots more exciting stuff to come.
Stay tuned.